Hi, my name is Jason. The five brothers. Once upon a time, there were five brothers. They all looked alike. They lived with their mother. They lived in a little house by the sea. Their father is sorcerer, and the five brothers came to have special ability too. The first brother could drink up the whole sea. He horsey his mouth. One morning, the king wanted to go swimming. He's surprised there was no water. The king said, "What happened to the water? Take him the water away. Go and find him." The king's guards saw the first brothers. The first brother saw the guards coming. The first brothers back to the water in its place. They hurried home. They hurried home with the fish. The king saw the first brother. The king said, "How can you take the waters?" He was angry. The king was angry, and he was very angry. The king said, Take him." The first brothers The king said, covers the man's eyes and take him and deepest forest by himself. Just then the first brother said, "Sir, my mom is home by herself. Please let me go home and say goodbye to her." The king said, "It's only fair, go now." So the first brother went home and he asked the second brother to go back in his place. The second brothers went back to the king. The guards covered the second brothers. They took him to the forest. They took him into the forest. They left him in a deepest forest by himself. The second brother could see through the back of his head. The second brother's very good with directions. He knew where he was. Also knew how to get back. The guards saw the second brother. The guards were very surprised. They took him to the king. The king said, "How clever you are." He was not pleased. The king said, take him the inside the box and carry or by carriage to another kingdom. Surely he cannot away again. Just then the second brother said, Sir, my mom is home by herself. Please let me go home and say goodbye to her. The king said, It's only fair, go now. So the second brother went home. He asked the third brother to go back in his place. The third brother went back to the king. The king said, the girls take him in a box and put a carriage, but the third brothers crept through any crack. Him crept out of the box. The girls, very surprised. The girls, they took him to the king. The king said, How clever you are. The king was not pleased. The king said, Take him, tie a stone around his waist. Sure, his waist. And dropped the deepest part of the sea. The third brother said, Sir, my mom is home by herself. Please let me go home and say goodbye to her. The king said, It's only fair, go now. So the third brother went home. He asked the fourth brother to go back in his place. The fourth brother went back to the king. The girls take the deepest water. They drop him the deepest part. The fourth brother stretched the rags. He just sat until his feet touched the bottom of the sea. The fourth brother did not sink. The girls, very surprised. The girls pulled the fourth brother and took him to the king. The king said, the king said, the fourth brother take him to the dungeon. The fourth brother said, Sir, my mom is home by herself. Please let me go home and say goodbye to her. The king said, It's only fair, go now. So the fourth brother went home. He asked the fifth brother to go back in his place. The fifth brother went back to the king. The girls put the fifth brothers through the deepest cold dungeon. The fifth brother, how can spin up and up through the roof. The king was in a bed. Suddenly he heard loud lumber. The floor is shaking. The fifth brother spinning up through the roof. The king said, You're a wizard, how to get back? How to get back? The king shouted. For the girls. Just then the fifth brother said, Sir, don't call the girls. I'm different from other people, and I have a special gift just like you. The king said, I do. The fifth brother said, Look at your feet. He had a large feet. He did not like feet. He embarrassed to show to anyone. The fifth brother said, They can make to the mashed potatoes. The king said, Mashed potatoes? The fifth brother said, Yes. The king realized he declined. The king realized the fifth brothers had special gifts. The king made hundreds of pound to mashed potatoes with the feet. Soon then on, he's proud of his big feet. The end. Bye.